Number one, the first thing that you can do for yourself without even having to do anything to actually get better at the game that will help you so much is just to switch all of your sights to ACOG if that's an option. That's the 2.5 times view. I always use the little one with a triangle. I think that's like actually ACOG. So all attackers have that, so put it on all your attackers. That is a must. The 2.5 view makes it so much better. If you have a HoloLens and you've just got a one-time magnification, it's not going to help at all. And then on defense, very few people have them. The DMRs for Aruni and Tubarao and slug shotguns on Vigil, Azami, Cade, Kaid, whatever. I'm calling him Cade. Goyo, Sentry, Alibi, and Maestro all have ACOG. So if you're using those guns, I would recommend it. If you're using an SMG or something different, you can't have ACOG. That's just unfortunate. They removed that about a year ago from everybody. But that's my biggest tip. And well, that's not even close to my biggest tip, but that's the easiest thing you can do without even having to like actually get better. Number two. Okay, so another easy thing you're not actually having to get better, it's just a slightly different change of habit, is don't red ping anybody. So first of all, you don't want the enemy to know like that you know where they are, because they'll just move, right? Or worse, they'll shoot your drone and then you don't know if they moved or if they stayed there or whatever's happening. You don't have that intel anymore. So just yellow ping. You can do danger pings too. You can do danger pings, like anything to let your team know that they're there, but don't red ping, because red ping tells them and they'll either move or they'll shoot your drone. Number three. Okay, so this is a little bit more of a thing that it's easy to fix, but it's something that not a lot of people do all the time. So when you're hard breaching with a hard breaching charge, or with even sledge, not a hard breach for a soft breach, make sure that you place it crouched so that it explodes your circle at crouch level instead of up high, because if it's up high, you have to mantle through it. So when you mantle, you can't ADS, and it makes a very loud audio cue, and it's slow. So you want to be able to crouch through that. You can keep ADS the whole time, and just make sure that you're safe the whole time doing that, and people can't hear you coming in. Obviously, they hear the breach happen, but you can come in later, and they won't be able to hear you. So yeah, that's a big thing. Make sure that those are crouched, and then if you're playing Ace, throw his thing crouched, but it's better if you just throw another set of charges above it and make it so that it's a fully walkable rotate, instead of just a little bit of a crouch rotate, because you have a good hard breacher. You might as well get the full breach out of it. So yeah, that's a big thing. A lot of people don't know that. Well, a lot of people do know that. A lot of beginners don't know that. So that's a big thing that you should probably learn. Number four. Going off of three with the audio cues of hearing them hurdle over over that breach, make sure that you know different audio cues. Know when somebody's breaking through a window, know when they're jumping over like a hurdle, know when they're hitting barbed wire. Diffusing is a huge one. Make sure that you know when they're diffusing. Razor bloom shells, LMIs, everything. There's a million different noises for each operator. Everybody's got their own noise. So if you just remember those noises, it'll help you so much. Now, of course, the only way to like practice that is through actual gameplay. You can't just do that in deathmatch or anything, but the more you play the game, that will just come easier, and just try to remember the audio cues. Also, yes, this is a Braves 2021 World Series champions shirt. They did win the World Series in 2021. I am not a starving child in Africa. I do have the real shirt, and not the shirt that the losers, the Dodgers, sent over to Africa. Okay, number five. So this one it's not as well known, but sound actually travels through layers in Siege. So when you've got a soft wall and you're going to reinforce it, what you're going to want to do, if you have like a medium to full destruction gun, like a shotgun or something, put a hole in that wall. Just shoot it once, or as many times as it needs to open a hole in that wall before you reinforce it. So this allows much better audio through the wall. So it makes it significantly easier to Cade or Bandit trick, and also you can just hear through the wall, know if somebody's out there. It's super helpful. Number six. And then kind of in the same realm of that, C4 holes at the top of walls that the reinforcements don't go all the way up are very helpful for audio. And then obviously they're called C4 holes because you can throw a C4 through it and either kill somebody on the other side or deny breach. It helps with audio a lot, and it's just a very big thing. Obviously, you do have the risk of them tossing grenades or flashbangs in, but most of the time they can't capitalize off of that, and it's really hard for an attacker to do because there's a whole site inside. It's much easier, much bigger advantage for the defenders. Number 7. Okay, so this one is the most important tip. Learn your maps. The maps are essential. If you don't know a map, you can't enjoy the game. You can't win, basically, if you don't know a map. So play deathmatch or just target practice. Get used to walking around the map. Find out where stairs are, where hatches are, where all the soft walls are. That's a really good thing to know. Learn, this one can't come from like deathmatch. It has to be an actual game. But learn your spawn peaks, which is like, the amount of times I've been killed by spawn peaks just pisses me off. And you don't want to get killed by spawn peaks. It will drive you crazy. So just know where to aim when you're coming around a corner while you're outside, just to be safe. And then a super simple one for beginners, just know that you need to know where sites are. Learn where to drone, learn where to walk through to get to site, just like where the actual site is. And then call-outs. Call-outs are huge. Try to learn. Learn what is what. When somebody says he's in bathroom, know where bathroom is. Know if you need to turn around or if he's in front of you or to the left or right. You got to know where things are when somebody says he's in, I don't know, he's in freezer, all right? Or top floor of cafe. He's in freezer. You know where freezer is? You need to know where freezer is. Learn where freezer is. Red stairs, blue stairs, white stairs. Learn all the colors of the stairs. Learn, like, there's so many callouts, it's almost impossible. Not impossible. It takes a while to learn. So make sure that you know that. That comes through pinging. If you ping and you see at the bottom of your screen, it'll tell you where that ping is, what room it's in. That's really helpful. And then there's also like callouts that are a lot more niche, like Chirac on Consulate is like one that I learned the other day from one of the guys that I like to watch on Instagram, and it was like a Pro League call out that happened a long time ago, and it's like, why would that be Chirac? But you need to know where that is. It's the window on Consulate next to like the desk thing where you've got the breach over here, and then there's the window over here, like the exterior breach. Okay, anyways, so back when Lair was first released, nobody learned the map because it was bannable. So it got banned every single round, no matter what. Banned. Nobody knew how to learn it. Nobody knew how to play it. Nobody enjoyed it. Still no one enjoys it. It still has almost, I had to look this up because I was like, man, Lair feels like it's banned every time, right? So between 2024 and 2026, it had upwards of a 30% ban rate. Well, it's still 2026, but yeah, the 30% ban rate, that's insane. So, like, now new maps are unbannable so that you can learn them and the devs get the pleasure of people actually playing, learning, and enjoying the maps. Because once you learn a map, you enjoy it. That's just, for the most part, how it works, unless it's just an awful map. But, like, Casino's not a bad map. I enjoy Casino a lot. I figured out Casino because I went and I did target practice, and I did top floor, middle floor, bottom floor, and then just kept going between the floors, and it was great. And I just did target practice, and I learned the whole map. I figured out where stairs were, hatches, soft walls, everything. Number 8. Okay, so on a different note, play operators that help your team and gadgets that help your team. So, like, pick barbed wire or a bulletproof camera. That gives you so much intel. Barbed wire is one of the best, if not the best. It's between C4 and barbed wire for the best secondary gadgets on defenders. They're great. So use that barbed wire to get your team intel. One of the people, including myself, did not know is that impact grenades are not meant for killing people. So when you're playing impact grenades, use them for your team. Don't use them to kill people. I threw an impact grenade at Fuse, and it hit him on the head. and he survived and he shot me and I died. Because impact grenades are not meant to kill people. Impact grenades are meant to create rotates. Use them at the beginning of the round to put a rotate between your sights or wherever else you need to rotate, and use them later in the round if you're going to be roaming or something like that. You can easily get out of sticky situations, or just get back to sight easier just by throwing it at a wall, blowing it up. Make sure you don't stand in your impact grenade when you hit the wall. That's just not smart. Yeah. And then also, like, people like Valkyrie, Thorn, Kapkan, Fenrir, and Ela, especially Fenrir, use those trappers. They sound like trappers. And yes, they do have traps, but they're some of the best operators for intel. You hear that razor bloom going off, you know exactly where they are. When you're Fenrir, it literally turns red on where your thing is. Like, you know exactly where they are. And obviously other teammates can hear that, and they know, oh, I can swing him now, he's blind. And stuff like that. Ela, they hear that explosion, blind. So just know those audio cues, play the operators that help with intel for your team. It's really helpful. Number 9. And kind of in that same direction, number 9. Play for yourself. I said that wrong. Do not play for yourself. Play for the team. So you got to defuse. You need a drone for your team. You need a ping, not red ping. And when you're dead, get on cameras. Don't get on TikTok. Don't be like jorking your meat to Instagram Reels. Like, be actually doing stuff, helping your team out. That's the biggest thing. I've said that like a million times. Not the biggest thing, but that's a big thing that a lot of newer players don't know to do. Like, actually help your team. When you're dead, you're not out of it. Now, obviously, there's no drones or no cameras. Just spectate. Don't go on TikTok like ever. It's just going to mess with your mental game. You're never going to be okay. And you can't focus if you're going to be going on TikTok or Reels. Number 10. Okay, so one bad habit that a lot of people had, including myself when I was a beginner, is aiming chest level or crotch level instead of head level. Heads are one-shots in Siege. Aim for the head every time. If you hit their head, they're dead. If they hit your head, you're dead. You can hit them 3 times in the body, they'll still be alive. And they hit your head, you're done. That's just how it works. So you need to be aiming for their head. The head, just keep your gun at head height the whole time. So where the second buckle up on the wall barricades is, that's a good point of reference. You can see there's metal buckles on them. That's where you want to aim. So keep your sights at head level. Now, if they are crouching, which you might think, well, I want to aim lower so that I hit them when they're crouching or when they're standing. Okay, just aim down if they're crouching. Keep your gun up for aiming at head level when they're standing, because you shouldn't be crouching, and I'm going to go more in depth to that in a little bit. But one of the things about that is, if your gun is angled down, you can see in my diagram, my beautiful drawing, that if your gun's angled down, you can't get it all the way across the map as far as possible. But when you're head level, your gun is perfectly straight. That means your bullet goes from one point of the map straight across to whatever point of the map that it's got it clear line of sight to. So instead of your bullets going into the ground, it'll go all the way across the map. You don't have to fix it and aim up for trying to get somebody who's further away. You just have to shoot. And then you can always aim down if they do happen to be crouching. But chances are they're not going to be crouching, because crouching is not a good habit. So actually, I'm going to skip my next one, come back to it later. And I'm going to just go into crouching. Number 11. So it doesn't really make a sound difference. You can still be heard when you're crouching, same as when you're walking. So it doesn't help you really at all there. And then part of it is, if these are your knees and you're standing straight up behind cover, your knees go out when you crouch. So it gets wider, right? Like that. So your knees can come out from behind cover. So now, obviously, if you need to get behind like a desk or something, like low cover, then yes, crouch. Keep yourself safe. But don't be behind like a wall crouching, and don't walk around crouching. Imagine you had to walk around the whole map for a whole round of Siege, 2 minutes and 45 seconds, crouch the whole time. That would just be miserable. You probably don't want to do that. And now imagine how your operator feels. You don't want to make them do that. Your operator probably doesn't feel that bad because they're a special forces operator, but have some mercy on their knees. So yeah, keep yourself standing, and it keeps your aiming at head level. So it's overall beneficial. Because if you're crouching, then it does the opposite of the diagram, where if you want to aim head level, you're aiming up, right? And then crouch level is flat. You don't want that, because you need your sight to be head level. Okay, and now we'll go back to my other one. Number 12. So when you're droning, make sure that you drone behind desks. What if somebody's prone behind there? Drone, even when you go straight through a door, just look to the sides. Make sure nobody's on the sides. The amount of times I've been killed by, I just sent my drone straight in, and somebody's standing outside the door. Oh my gosh. Oh, that makes me so mad. And like, I know I can do better than that. It's 100% my fault. There was no reason that they should have had that situation in the first place. I lost because of me, no matter what. And then also, when you're droning, don't drone too far ahead. A good rule of thumb is keep it within 2 rooms of you. So you don't want to drone all the way to sight and then potentially get your drone killed. But you don't want to drone too far ahead, because operators can come in the space that you already droned. If you drone 4 rooms up, what if somebody comes around into one of the first 2 rooms? You would at least expect them to be there, because you already droned that, right? Nobody's there. Well, you take 20 minutes to drone, obviously not 20 minutes, 20 seconds to drone, and Vigil shows up there. Yeah, that would suck. You just get killed, and you never could expect it, because you think, oh, I cleared that room, we're good. Not good, not good. So make sure that you don't drone too far ahead. Number 13. And as for my last tip, number 13, don't take any gunfights that you can't win. If somebody's holding an angle, don't keep quick peeking them. Don't be hitting them with that. You're not going to win that fight. So either just walk away, find another way into sight, or past that, wherever they're holding, or use your utility. Utility is so valuable. Flash them, shoot them when they're flashed, or just reposition when they're flashed if you need to get to the other side of a hallway or something. Or even better, maybe not better, depending on situations, it could be situationally better, throw a frag in there, make them move. Like, obviously you don't want to get yourself killed doing that, because you can't just bounce a frag off a wall super easily and forcing them to move. You gotta actually try to land that frag. It's not the same as a flash, but you gotta use that utility. Don't just keep quick peeking them. Like, you can't win that fight. It's just not really, it is possible, but it's a big risk, and there's no point of risking a gunfight that you don't think that you have an advantage in. If it's a 50-50, don't take it. You need to give yourself an advantage in every fight, and if it's leaning towards them, definitely don't take it. If they've got a 60% chance of winning it, obviously you don't like calculate chances, but if they're holding an angle and you're trying to quickly move in and out of it, you're gonna die. It's a bad idea. Just save yourself, save your ability, and use some utility if you need to help yourself win that battle. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned a lot, and if there's anything that you think I should go over in future videos, let me know in the comments. That would be amazing. Thank you so much, and it would also help other people out. So yeah, thank you.